afternoon, everyone. I've been requested to show how I made the parasol, so that's what I'm going to do. And what you're going to need, if you want to follow along, you need a piece of chipboard. I'm using the 2mm one, about 1 inch wide. You need a hole in the middle of it, which I've used it's my fossil tool actually. Just pop a hole in the middle of it, big enough to put the wire through. You need some fairly thick wire because that's going to be the handle of the umbrella or parasol. You need a bead that's going to fit on the end of that, and I have some with the wide hole. You're going to need some strips of the bling, which I'm using this one today. Hopefully it'll work. With this, you're also going to need some strips of wire, thin wire, which will support what you're doing. You're going to need some lace, and I've cut this about 5 inches wide. But you need this type of lace that will drop, you know, like that will hold when it's glued on, like that. See? And you're also going to need a needle and thread, which I'm just going to get mine ready. So that's my needle and thread. And you need a non-stick mat. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to stitch this. And all you do is gather the top end. That's all you do. So you do a running stitch across the top. Like that. Just pull it together like that. And you do need, for the parasol, a fairly long lace. Mine's about, I think it's about 3.5, 4 inches long. Like that. And then gather that up as much as you can. Turn it the right way. You can turn it inside out actually, and just join them two together now. That little bit of lace can be cut off. It's a little bit too long and it's come off. No problem there. Just join the two ends together. Pull it tight. A couple of stitches in there. Now you can continue to run along and stitch down that section there, but I'm going to glue mine. It's just the same, and besides you can't see that if you glue it. Okay. All you do, cut that off, and like I say, I'm just going to glue it. So you need then to turn it the right way. And be really careful doing this, but pop your glue. You can pop it onto your mat, but I'm doing it in my hand. Just pop your glue all the way down the very edge of it, and then seal that with that, like that. And that's done. And you've got that, like a little cup. Okay, then leave that to one side. Now, what you're going to do then is you need to put these, attach these. I've cut them at 6 long, because that's the length of the parasol that I'm after. And then all you do is glue each one of these, and they need to glue them upside down, of course, onto here. So do 2 facing each other. So you glue in the right side, turn it upside down so that the wrong side is facing you. Turn that around and just fill that in. So I'm going to do one here, like that. This is so easy to make, a little bit fiddly, and but that's all. Put that in there, turn it round, again, glue that section. Oops, somebody's pipping someone outside. glue that in there, like that. And then, oh, I go wrong way, silly hole. Glue that in there. Okay. Don't matter about that bit. Oh, glue everywhere! And then what you're going to do once you've got that done is, okay, you take some wire, and I'm just using thin wire, thin flexible wire, and you run the glue gun from the first flower right the way down the spine. I think we've got idiots trying to, and run your finger across it like that. That's all you do, and then snip that off at the end. Okay, and work around each one like that. And I'm sorry, I can't fast forward. It doesn't matter how many times somebody tells me how to do it, I can't. Pop that on there, run your finger down, it just helps support that, and then snip that bit off. If it comes undone a little bit anywhere, just glue it back into place. So just continue to do that. This only strengthens and makes it more flexible to get the shape you want. Okay. And keep going. Like that. And it is such a beautiful, beautiful parasol. Now I have done a tutorial a long time ago. In fact, I'll tell you when it was if you want to look for it, where I did the umbrella tag. And I actually showed you how to do the umbrella, which is, but it's flat, it's not 3D. And it was in June the 1st, 2010. So, and it's called Vintage Umbrella Tutorial Part 1, 2 and 3, if you want to run along and have a look at that. And the vintage tag, again on June the 1st, was Vintage Umbrella Tag Tutorial Part 1 and 2. And there's another one, which is the Victorian Umbrella Tag. So if you want to look at that, I show you another one that I've done, which is the same, it's the same style umbrella, but I did it a long time ago. And, but they're great for tags. I mean, I've done shoes on tags. I've done all sorts. You just need to go along and have a look and try them out. Because they're brilliant. They really are. You don't need to have a face on a tag at all. Not at all. You can do what you like. So there, we've got that. Okay, now that hasn't stuck there, so I'm just going to stick that down. Like that. Just do it like that, that's fine. Oh, you do get glued up. And there what you've got is that. Now, through that, you need to push your wire. And just pop that through. Take your bead. Pop some glue in the bead, because the hole's big enough. Oh, everything. My cup of coffee's getting covered in glue. Pop that in there and push that down till it actually... Let me do that. Push it in. Like that. And then what you do is you glue around the base. Like that. Okay? So you've got that. I'm going to leave that long because I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to use that. Then what you do is you just bend with your thumb and finger the shape that you want your parasol to be. Actually, that should have been on top. You could have put that on top, it would have made it look nice, but it doesn't matter because we'll decorate that. So just bend them down to what you want. Okay, and if they do come off like that's just slipped off there, no problem whatsoever, just glue it back on. Like that. Okay, so we've now got that. What you can do is add a little bit of glue all the way around just to support them. No one's going to see it on the inside. Let that set a minute while you have a cup of coffee. But look, got glue bits all over my cup. Oh, I can't stand that stuff. It drives me mad. Look, my hands are plastered already. Get off. Don't want it on my cup when I'm drinking. Oh, I've just finished work and I needed that. Now, what we're going to do then is we're going to attach this. I hope I've cut enough. Probably not, actually. Let me just see. Here we are. Doesn't matter about that. It goes in my box of bits. So I'm just going to unravel some so that we get the right amount. And what you're going to do is you're going to attach each of these flowers inside one of those. And that's all you need to do. So glue the centre of the flower and pop that on there, because you have to have a starting point. So we're going to do that. Now I want to make sure that I've got a nice gap between them. I think I'm going to do them every three. Four of these petals, sorry. Or loops, whichever you want to call them. Might need to swap that about a bit. 1, 2, 3 again. Put some glue on the flower. 1, 2, 3 and pop that on there. Taking that round. Pop some glue on that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, again on there. That's the fourth one. On there, like that. Like that. And I'm going to snip this at the fourth. And then what I'm going to do is just to join that. You just pop a little bit of glue there. And then we join them two together, like that. Hold that in place for a minute. I mean, really, this is going to be a broad umbrella, but that's fine. I'm not fussed. I can use it in a project. It doesn't matter whatsoever. And then to secure that, I'm just going to take a little bit of wire just to secure it across. From there, across there, pop the wire on and just hold that in place. Like that. Take off that excess. You can put that at the back end. Oh, it's not done that. Actually, what you can do is thread that through. It doesn't matter to hook that on. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Lassie, I can't see. I can't. I'm blind as a bat. I did say it was a little bit fiddly, but maybe I should have taken that off there. Get the glue off my fingers so I can see. Take all of that glue off there and do it a different way. Come on, Mrs. J, wake up. What I'm going to do, peel all that off. Pop that back on. So you learn. It's all a learning curve as you go along. It's all about learning. And then what I'm going to do is put that on there halfway. Much easier. So pop that there. And then this one will also do the same. Take off the excess glue. and pop that on there, and that solved that problem. No need for anything else. And then you've got that, but what you have to do then is you have to shape, okay, your umbrella. So what I'm going to do is straighten that, and then I'm going to bend these, okay, and what I'm going to do is just bend them in like that. Like that. Don't think I did done with that. And then you thread your wire through that. You then glue around the top end, and carefully, you have to be doing this carefully, pop on the material. And then what you do is you glue along the edge again, like that, and you pop that onto the arm that's sticking out. Turn it around. Let me cut some of this off because I don't want to poke my eye out. And then I'm going to turn it over actually. Like that. But then what you do is, I've stuck that bit down, so turn it round so it's facing you, because you have to even out the material. And you're just putting some on the arm, like that. Okay, again turn it round, and you do each arm like that, so it spreads out the material. Like that. Just hooking that in like that. You can manipulate it back again into shape afterwards. Make sure that wire goes in and gets picked up by that. Which hasn't. Just a minute. Tuck that in there and tuck the wire back on it. Hold that down. Okay. And then just do the next one, which is that one. Again, spreading the material out. And then what you do is, on the ends here, all you do is pop the glue on there and hold that in. Just be careful, because you can burn yourself to death. But I'm quite used to this hot glue now. And then in between, if you want, you can also do the same again, because it's just to make sure that the parasol takes on the correct shape. Like I say, it is a little bit fiddly, but look what you're getting at the end of it. Oopsie daisy. I don't think I've quite got that right, so I'm just going to undo that little bit and then bring that material in a little bit more like that. Oopsie daisy. Just keep going round until you've got all of it attached. Like that. I mean, once you've made one or two of them, you'll get used to it more. Okay, oopsie daisy, pop that one back. like that. And there you go. You've got a little parasol. Now mine's not as long as it was because I've done longer arms and I shouldn't have done really. Okay. But that's how you do it. Okay. I hope you can see that. You know, and the material needs to be a little bit longer. So I really should have done 5 and that material would have hung quite low like that. But that's how you do it. So you've got a little umbrella like that. You can glue that on and make sure that sticks. So it pulls it out more. Like that. Perfectly fine. And like you say, you've got your little umbrella or your parasol or whatever you want to call it. And I think that's quite nice. And then all you have to do is just, I've looped that around and just bend it in again like that. And that can then go on your projects. So I hope that's helped you. This bit you can just decorate. You can put little flowers around. I think I've got some somewhere. In fact, you could decorate the whole thing up a little bit more. I don't like overdoing things because it does spoil them. And let me get them strands off my coffee because I want to drink my coffee. I'll just get some flowers. See, I've got these, so I might just use these. I need 3 or 4, something like that. These are the wild orchid flowers, wild orchid craft flowers. Nice to see them doing so well now, since it's all been on YouTube. Amazing what something can, or what can happen when somebody advertises for you free of charge. They've done brilliant since we've been working with that company. I still buy from them. They're one of the best flowers going. For crafting, definitely. Well, now I know I've hidden the pearl in there, that doesn't matter. But you know, you can continue and go around. In fact, I'm going to do that. I like that idea. I do like that idea. To put them on the outside as well. I've got some more here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring the brolly in a little bit. Like that. And look at that, you've got a totally different look as well. Maybe you can do that with it. Might do that actually. Just cut that properly. Get the shape. And there you go. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely stunning. And you can do anything you like with them. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Oh, put that arm back a bit. And I hope you like that. Speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.